Have you ever spent tens of thousands of dollars to buy a pickup truck, only to realize that it was the biggest mistake of your life? Today, we will explore the pickup truck models that consumers have turned their backs on, according to data from Consumer Reports. These vehicles not only cause constant headaches for their owners due to frequent breakdowns, but they also become financial nightmares with massive repair costs. From weak engines, faulty transmissions, electrical system malfunctions, to terrible resale values, they all share one thing in common: a complete failure in the market. But wait, not all used or cheap vehicles are bad. Some vehicles on this list are quite new and even come from well-known brands famous for their durability, like Toyota and Ford. So what made them the names everyone avoids? You will be surprised to see which ones made the list. Let's get started. Number 1. Subaru Baja 2003. 2006. Subaru has created reliable, practical, and unique vehicles. But then, they decided to do something unusual, turning a crossover into a pickup truck. And thus, the Subaru Baja was born. But there was one problem: no one really wanted it. For pickup truck enthusiasts, the Baja was too small and weak. For Subaru's loyal fans, it was too strange and impractical. The result? Only 30,000 units were sold over 4 years, a tiny number compared to Subaru's initial expectations. Not only did it fail in sales, but the Baja also faced issues with its 2.5L boxer engine. After around 80,000 miles, it started leaking oil and coolant, forcing owners to spend more than $1,500 on repairs. And when the truck bed was too small to carry cargo, the question remained: what was the Baja actually made for? By 2006, Subaru had to kill off the Baja, a strange idea that no one needed. And in the end, it became just a forgotten name in the automotive world. Number 2. Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Hybrid 2009, 2013. A powerful, fuel-efficient, and eco-friendly pickup truck. That sounds like a great idea, but in reality, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Hybrid turned out to be a complete disaster. From the moment it was released, this model failed to attract customers. In its first year, fewer than 250 units were sold, a shameful number compared to over 300 regular Silverado trucks. Even in its best-selling year, only around 1,500 units were sold, far below expectations. Why did it fail? The two-mode hybrid system was too complex, yet the benefits were minimal. The fuel savings in the city increased by 33%, but on the highway, there was almost no change. And the worst part? The high-voltage electrical system overheated, and the inverter could fail unexpectedly, causing the truck to break down on the road. The transmission wasn't any better, shifting roughly between gasoline and electric modes, making the driving experience uncomfortable. After 4 years of struggling with dismal sales, Chevrolet quietly discontinued this model. Number 3. Toyota Tundra 2022. The Toyota Tundra has always been seen as a symbol of durability, the pickup truck that people trust to run for hundreds of thousands of miles without any issues. But then 2022 came, and everything changed. For the first time, Toyota decided to replace the legendary V8 engine with a 3.5L turbocharged V6 engine. And immediately, the nightmare began. Many owners reported sudden power loss, check engine lights flooding the dashboard due to a wastegate valve failure in the turbocharger. Toyota had to issue mass recalls, but their reputation had already taken a severe hit. It didn't stop there. The completely new rear suspension also encountered serious issues. The rear axle bolts could loosen while the vehicle was in motion, leading to the risk of axle failure and loss of control. And if you thought the new technology would be a bright spot, the 14-inch touchscreen frequently froze and restarted in the middle of the road. The Tundra was once the most reliable name in its class, but with the 2022 version, Toyota made consumers think twice. And when Toyota makes a mistake, customers aren't hesitant to turn their backs. Number 4. Toyota Tone 100 1993. 1998. Toyota wanted to challenge the American giants in the full-size pickup truck segment with the Tone 100, but they made a mistake right from the start. It wasn't actually a full-size truck. Although reliable, the Tone 100 lacked the key features that truck buyers were looking for. It didn't offer a V8 engine option, had weak power, only 150-190 horsepower, lacked an extended cab version, and most importantly, its towing capacity fell far behind competitors from Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. The higher price compared to what it offered made American customers turn away. The result? Sales peaked at just 40,000 units per year and dropped to only 6,000 units in its final year. Toyota learned a valuable lesson, and it wasn't until the release of the Tundra later on that they truly entered the market seriously. Number 5. Lincoln Blackwood, 2002. Lincoln believed that a luxury pickup truck could conquer the market, but they forgot the most important thing. Truck buyers don't just want luxury, they want practicality. The Blackwood featured a luxurious interior, a smooth suspension system, and plenty of amenities, but the carpeted truck bed, with a sealed cover, like a sedan's trunk, turned it into a lifted sedan rather than a true pickup truck. The cover was also prone to breaking, allowing water to seep into the cargo area, further reducing its utility. Additionally, the Blackwood was offered in only one configuration: black exterior, black interior, and rear-wheel drive, with no Forks-4 option, a key feature for pickup trucks. Priced at $52,000 in 2002, the Blackwood couldn't find customers. After just one short year, it disappeared from the market, becoming one of the fastest failures in pickup truck history. Number 6. Chevrolet SSR, 2003. 2006, Chevrolet wanted to create a retro-styled convertible pickup truck to attract fans of vintage design. But the problem was, no one really needed such a vehicle. A pickup truck with a nearly useless truck bed, while its performance wasn't fast enough to satisfy speed enthusiasts. Even the SSR's biggest feature, the electric retractable hardtop, became a nightmare. The system was prone to malfunction, causing the roof to get stuck halfway, and the repairs were extremely costly. Only 24,000 units were sold over 4 years, far below expectations. The SSR became a clear example that innovation doesn't always guarantee success. Number 7. GMC Canyon First Generation. The first-generation GMC Canyon was introduced with the hope of becoming a more upscale mid-size pickup compared to the Chevrolet Colorado. But the problem was, it was almost identical to the Colorado, just more expensive. From the start, the Canyon faced a series of serious issues. The 3.5L 5-cylinder engine was not only underpowered, but also prone to cylinder head failures, causing a loss of power and requiring a complete engine replacement. Owners were left with repair bills in the thousands, only to realize that they probably shouldn't have bought the Canyon in the first place. The electrical system was also a nightmare. Faulty fuel sensors, dead instrument clusters, and brake lights that could stop working without warning. GMC had to issue continuous recalls, but the Canyon's reputation was completely destroyed. By 2012, only 2,200 units were sold, a number far too low to sustain it. And when the Canyon disappeared, almost no one felt sorry. A bland pickup truck, not good enough to be remembered, but bad enough for people to want to forget. Number 8. Chevrolet Colorado First Generation. When Chevrolet launched the Colorado in 2004, they expected it to be a more compact alternative to the Silverado. But instead of becoming a reliable model, the Colorado quickly landed on Consumer Reports' cars to avoid list. The biggest problem was the engine. Chevrolet chose to use a 3.5L 5-cylinder engine, a strange choice for a pickup truck. But worse, this engine had serious issues with the cylinder head, causing a loss of power and forcing many owners to replace the entire engine. GM later had to extend the warranty, but the damage to its reputation was beyond repair. It didn't stop there. The Colorado also faced electrical and safety problems, faulty fuel sensors, broken instrument clusters, non-working air conditioning, and most critically, a brake light switch failure that caused the lights not to illuminate, creating a potential safety hazard. Sales of the Colorado plummeted. By 2012, Chevrolet had to temporarily exit the mid-size pickup truck segment, A bitter reminder that just having the Chevrolet logo isn't enough for success. Number 9. Dodge Dakota Third Generation. Once one of the most popular mid-size pickup trucks, the third-generation Dodge Dakota ended up in failure. In 2005, Dakota sales were still strong, with over 100,000 units sold, but just 6 years later, that number dropped to only 10,000 units, leading Dodge to discontinue the model in 2011. The main reason? Declining quality and an unappealing design. The standard 3.7L V6 engine was too weak, while the 4.7L V8 version suffered from engine valve failures, which could lead to severe damage. The suspension system was also a major issue, with ball joints, hubs, and the front stabilizer bar wearing out faster than expected, causing the vehicle to become unstable while driving. Inside, the Dakota continued to disappoint with poor interior quality, a fragile HVAC system, and various minor electrical issues. With no significant improvements throughout its life cycle, the Dakota was quickly overtaken by its competitors. And when it disappeared from the market, almost no one was surprised. Number 10. Ford Explorer Sport Trac. 2001, 2005, 2007, 2010 Ford thought they could capitalize on the success of the Explorer by turning it into a pickup truck. The idea wasn't bad, but the execution was full of issues. From the first generation, the Explorer Sport Trac revealed a series of serious problems. The 5R55 automatic transmission was notorious for its high failure rate, with many vehicles experiencing issues before reaching 70,000 miles. The 4.0L V6 engine wasn't much better, with cam chain tensioner failures causing a rattling noise, and, if left unaddressed, could lead to engine damage. It didn't stop there. The interior quality was poor, with everything from window regulators, door handles, to the electrical system prone to failure. Even the second generation, with an improved suspension system and the option of a V8 engine, couldn't salvage the Sport Trac's reputation. From a sales peak of 70,000 units in 2001, the number plummeted to just 5,000 units by 2010, and Ford decided to discontinue the model. A clear example that not every SUV can successfully transform into a pickup truck. Number 11. Hummer 3T 2009-2010, a Hummer pickup truck. That sounds intriguing, but in reality, the Hummer 3T only lasted for 2 years before disappearing completely. From the start, the Hummer 3T faced 2 fatal flaws. First, it was too large to be a mid-size pickup, but too small to be a true Hummer. The result? Customers didn't know what to make of it. Second, it used the platform of the Chevrolet Colorado, meaning it inherited all the infamous issues, particularly the 3.7L 5-cylinder engine, which lacked power, had cylinder head failure problems, and tended to overheat when driving off-road. And let's not forget, in 2008 the economy was in decline, gas prices were soaring, and no one was interested in a pickup truck with horrendous fuel consumption like the Hummer 3T. The result? Only 2,700 units sold in its first year, and fewer than 1,000 units in 2010. GM discontinued the entire Hummer brand shortly after. Number 12. Mitsubishi Raider 2006-2009. Not only did it fail in sales, but it also disappeared quietly, to the point where many people didn't even know it ever existed. The Raider wasn't really a Mitsubishi at all. It was just a Dodge Dakota with a Mitsubishi badge. But there was a major problem. Even the Dakota was struggling. So who would want to buy a knockoff version of it? It didn't stop there. The Raider also had a series of technical issues. The front suspension quickly deteriorated, the air conditioning fan was weak, and the automatic transmission tended to fail early. Additionally, the 2006 manual transmission version was recalled due to a clutch switch problem, which could cause the truck to start while in gear, a serious safety hazard. In 2009, only 1946 Raiders were sold, and by 2010, only 9 units left the dealership. Not 9,000, but exactly 999. An astonishing number, enough to make the Raider one of the lowest-selling pickup trucks in history. Number 13. Isuzu I-Series 2006-2008. Do you remember the Isuzu I-Series? If your answer is no, you're not alone. This was one of the fastest forgotten pickup trucks in history. Isuzu, once a formidable name in the truck industry, chose the worst way to re-enter the US market. Take the Chevrolet Colorado, slap an Isuzu badge on it, and call it a new model. But the problem was, even the Colorado had countless issues. From the 5-cylinder engine prone to cylinder head failure to the automatic transmission with rough shifting, an unstable electrical system, and brake light failures that could create dangerous driving conditions. Consumers had no reason to buy the Isuzu I-Series when they could buy a Chevrolet with the same technology, but with a much better dealership and service network. The result? Only 4,137 units were sold in its best year, and by 2009, that number dropped to just 227 units. Eventually, Isuzu withdrew from the US passenger vehicle market, and the I-Series? It disappeared so quickly that it almost seemed like it never existed. Number 14. Cadillac Escalade EXT, 2002-2013. The Cadillac Escalade is known as a symbol of luxury, power, and glamour. But when Cadillac tried to turn it into a pickup truck with the name Escalade EXT, everything went too far, in the wrong direction. The idea sounded intriguing. A top-tier luxury pickup with a powerful V8 engine, lavish interior, and a host of advanced technologies. But there was one problem: who would spend a fortune on a pickup truck that no one actually wanted to use for hauling cargo? The Escalade EXT's truck bed had a unique design, but was limited in size, making it impractical. Additionally, the vehicle faced a series of serious issues. The air suspension system was prone to failure, the transmission was weak, the electrical system was troublesome, and the 6.2L engine could suffer from cylinder valve failures, causing severe damage. Initially, sales were decent, with over 14,000 units sold each year, but they quickly plummeted. By 2013, that number dropped to fewer than 2,000 units, and Cadillac had no choice but to discontinue it. A valuable lesson that luxury cannot replace the practicality of a pickup truck. Number 15. Lincoln Mark LT 2006-2008. Lincoln thought that if Cadillac had a luxury pickup truck, they needed one to compete as well. And so, the Mark LT was born, but it was flawed from the start. Essentially, the Lincoln Mark LT was just a Ford F-150 with a Lincoln badge, featuring some upgraded interior and luxury equipment. But there was one problem: it didn't offer anything truly different from the F-150 Platinum, except for a significantly higher price. To make matters worse, the Mark LT carried over technical issues from the 2004-2008 F-150. The Triton 5.4L V8 engine was notorious for cam phaser issues, causing annoying noises, while the spark plugs could get stuck in the cylinder heads, making replacements an expensive nightmare. The Forks 4 system was also unreliable, with vacuum valve failures preventing the truck from shifting into drive modes. Sales started off decently, with 12,753 units in its first year, but then quickly declined. By 2008, that number dropped to just 4,631 units, forcing Lincoln to discontinue the Mark LT in the US. But strangely, it survived in Mexico until 2014, where customers seemed less concerned about its technical flaws. And so, we've covered the pickup trucks that no one wanted to own, from those with serious technical flaws, misguided designs, to ideas far removed from reality. This highlights that simply being a pickup truck doesn't guarantee success, and just slapping the logo of a major brand doesn't ensure acceptance. The vehicles on this list not only failed in sales but also serve as a warning to the entire automotive industry. If you don't understand the needs of your customers, the market will quickly reject you. So, what about you? Have you ever had trouble with one of these models? Share your story in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the exciting content coming up next. See you in the next video.